So, good morning, sir. After we've already actually simulated the numeric keypad in the purchase, now we are going to simulate it manually or actually on the said breadboard. So we'll be going to show the 7 segment display decoder as well as the encoder in the said breadboard using the theory on the purchase. So but before we start on simulating the said circuit, we'll be going to this introduce first the following components that we will be going to use in the said simulation. So what we have here is the most important thing here. This is the breadboard where we'll be going to simulate the said circuit using the wires. These are the examples of wires because this will be the as what I have mentioned on the previous activity, especially in the plate number 1. We'll be going to use the wires because this will be the way or the flow of the current from the source. Next one will be the buttons. The buttons will serve as our input, which represents the X, Y, and Z as our 3 inputs. Or for this simulation, we'll be going to use 3 inputs for the 3x8 decoder. But when we'll be going to simulate the encoder, we'll be going to use a total of 7 buttons because that will shows or we'll be going to show 7 segments using the XYZ inputs. The next one will be the ICs. So actually we'll be going to use a total of 3 ICs on this specific video. The first IC will be the 7404 that will serve as our inverter of the said input. The second one will be the 7408, which will be our IC that holds the input. And lastly, the 7432. So what's the difference between the 7432 and the 7408? So the 7408, that is the IC that has an AND gate, and the 7032, that IC or that specific IC has an OR gate. So because on this specific video, we'll be going to use the 7432 or the 7032 IC for us to simulate the circuit properly on the breadboard. So for us to see if our circuit is correct or not, we'll be going to use as well the 7 segment display. This will shows the displays from 0 to 7. Actually, we will be going to use as well the pin configuration of the said display because actually it has 10 pins, but 2 of those pins are the grounds, and each 8 pins has designated values or parts. And lastly, the most important thing as well is the resistor. We'll be going to use the resistor when we'll be going to plug in the said buttons on the breadboard. So now we'll be going to simulate actually or manually the said a circuit on the breadboard. sir, after we successfully simulated the 7-segment display decoder, we're now going to test the functionality of the said circuit. So this circuit should display 0 to 7 segment using the 3 switches. This is just to test the functionality. So we'll be going to test first the 0. So as we can see, if we've already input the source, basically the display will automatically shows the 0, then the 1, the 2, the 3, and then 4, and then the 5, the 6, and lastly 7. So after testing the said 7-segment decoder, we're now going to move on, and we'll be going to simulate actually or manually the 7 display encoder. So we'll be going to place it here, so that it is easier for us to input or to include the 3 inputs to the 7404, which was placed here. Here's the 7404. So we'll be going to, instead of having the 3 switches, we're now going to generate or simulate the 7 switches here, and we'll be going to input here the said inputs, so that it will shows 0 to 7 segment using the encoder and the decoder. So let's start. So after we successfully included the 7-segment display decoder to the 7-segment display decoder, now we'll be going to test again the functionality of the said circuit. If thus the circuit will shows 0 from 0 to 7 segment display using the 7 switches. So now we'll be going to use the switch 1 to shows the display 1. The second one is the switch 2, which is here, and then the switch 3 or the I3 that shows the third display, the I4 that shows the switch 4, the I5 that shows the display 5, the I6 that shows segment 6, and lastly the I7 that shows segment 7. So that's all.